Welcome to Open Access. I'm Craig Canup. Joining me today is Commissioner Bernard L. McNamee, who will leave FERC on September 4th after serving with distinction since December 2018. Welcome back to Open Access, Commissioner.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Now, Commissioner, prior to coming to FERC, you held a number of positions at the Department of Energy, and while in private practice, represented clients before state public utility commissions. So you were well versed in energy matters and the regulation. But was there something that surprised you or that you did not expect about the job of a FERC commissioner?
Well, as you mentioned, I did spend a number of years in private practice, over 9 years, representing electric and gas utilities. And, my time at the Department of Energy working on energy issues and my time on Capitol Hill working for Senator Cruz on energy issues. I was familiar with many of the issues that would come before FERC and that confront the energy industry. But getting to FERC is a totally different experience. And being a commissioner was really both an exciting intellectual challenge and also, a lot of fun. But the thing I think that was most shocking when I got to FERC was just the sheer number of orders that we issue. In 2019, my first full year on the commission, we issued 941 orders. And so far this year, right into August, we've issued over 700 orders. So the sheer volume is amazing. But at the same time, I found that fine because I really like to work hard.
While you've been here, the Commission has tackled numerous important issues: the approval of several new LNG facilities, revisions to FERC's ROE methodology, and PURPA reform, just to name a few. In your eyes, what was the most important action that the Commission took during your tenure? Or what decision are you particularly proud of?
Well, from my perspective, for every party that comes before the Commission, their issue is the most important. And I try to approach each case that comes before us with that in mind and try and recognize that we have to take each and every case that comes before us and the arguments that are made as being the most important arguments made, the most important issue for those parties. And so I try to do that every time I look at a case that comes before us in an order that we issue. But as you mentioned, there were some big issues of general applicability or that made a big impact that I definitely, thought were important and that I found that I enjoyed working on that I'm proud of. First of all, as you mentioned, LNG export facilities. Before I got to the Commission, for 2 years, no LNG export facility had been approved. And after I got here, I dug into the law and the facts and was able to work with Commissioner LaFleur and the chairman, and we came up with a compromise. And as a result, we've been able to approve 14 LNG export facilities. And I think that's something that's very good for the American people with the abundance of natural gas that we have. Being able to build those facilities ultimately will result in billions of dollars of investment, thousands of new jobs, and it'll also give new policy tools to American elected officials in dealing with other countries because of the ability to use American energy in order to help influence events and support our allies and friends. I'm also proud of the work we did to modernize PURPA. PURPA is an important law passed by Congress, and it was appropriate to modernize it to deal with the realities of today, and I'm proud of what we were able to do with that. And then, of course, I'm very proud of what we've been doing in focusing on the various RTOs and ISOs to help ensure the efficient functioning of the electric markets. So I look back at my time and I'm proud of the things I got to work on, and I feel very fortunate that I was able to be a part of it.
Maybe a little bit on the flip side, though, as you leave the Commission, is there any disappointment or regret about something you weren't able to accomplish or resolve during your time here? And what might that be?
Well, one always wishes that you had more time, more time to fine-tune orders, more time to work through complex issues that are facing the Commission. But overall, I look back at my time on the Commission, and I'm pleased at the good work that my fellow commissioners, my staff, the staff of the Commission, I have been able to accomplish.
What impressed you most about working at the Commission?
The people. The staff of the Commission are just incredibly hardworking and smart. the parties, their lawyers, the economists, the other professionals, inside the building and in the regulated industries and the interested parties. The people have just been fantastic, and it's always very fulfilling to work with so many intelligent, hardworking, and interesting people.
So when you look back over your career, what will you remember most about your time at the Commission, and what do you hope others will remember about you as a commissioner?
Well, once again, I'll remember the people, my fellow commissioners, my personal staff, the staff of the Commission. It's been a real honor to work with each and every one of them. And I'm also going to look back with fond memories about the intellectual challenges. The issues that come before FERC are very interesting, from legal issues to jurisdictional issues to just factual rate issues. And working through these has been really fulfilling. And then in terms of what I hope people remember about me, it's that I focused on the law and the facts. I tried to always look at each case individually and look at what was presented before me and try to make sure that those decisions were just based on what was presented, the law and the facts, and separating out other extraneous issues that I think that weren't necessarily to be considered, and trying to make sure that we just came to good, solid decisions.
Now, Commissioner, as we know, you've had a long, broad experience in public service. I'm wondering, do you have any advice for someone considering a career in public service?
Well, half of my career has been in public service, whether it was with governor's offices, state attorneys general's offices, on Capitol Hill, USDOE, and now FERC. And all those have been incredibly fulfilling. And it hasn't been continuous. I've spent time in the private sector, representing clients at law firms, and then going into the public service and then back into the law firms. And what's been great about that is the perspectives you get about, the interests that happen and the different perspectives of what people in government have to deal with and the challenges they have, the challenges that private sector companies have and what they have to deal with. And I've always tried to bring all those things together to have a better understanding and to make better decisions. And I think that I encourage others to go into public service no matter where they are in their career. And I think that the important thing to learn in public service, and something that I've tried to learn in my various positions, is that public service is just that. It's a public service. You're a public servant. And the goal is to help the elected officials or the appointed officials be able to achieve the policy goals that the people, the American people, or the states have represented them to achieve. And I think that's one of the great fulfilling aspects of public service, is being able to help those who are representing the people fulfill their policy goals.
Well, I guess my final and the obvious question is, what's next for Bernie McNamee?
Well, I plan to take some time off to spend with my family, and then I'm going to begin looking for the next job. I expect that I'll continue to work on energy issues from both legal and policy perspectives into the future. But for right now, I'm just trying to make sure I keep focused on the work of the commission all the way up to the end. Looking forward to spending that time with the family, and I look forward to whatever the next chapter of my life is. But it's been a great opportunity to work here at FERC, and I've truly enjoyed it.
Commissioner, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us today. And I want to wish you all the best as you take the next step in your journey, wherever it leads.
Thanks so much.
FERC is an independent regulatory agency that oversees the interstate transmission of electricity, natural gas, and oil. FERC reviews proposals to construct and operate interstate natural gas pipelines and liquefied natural gas terminals, and oversees the licensing of non-federal hydropower projects. FERC protects the reliability of the high-voltage interstate transmission system through mandatory reliability standards, and it monitors interstate energy markets to ensure that everyone in those markets is playing by the rules. Unless otherwise noted, the views expressed in these podcasts are personal views and do not necessarily express the views of individual commissioners or the commission as a whole. This podcast is a production of the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission's Office of External Affairs. We'll be updating our posts when we've got more news. So be sure to check out our website, www.ferc.gov, and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn to find out when our next podcast airs.